What up, world? Welcome to another edition of Functioning Family Dynamic. So, first, let me just start by thanking each and every one of you who watched this um, for just taking a moment to out of your day. You know what I mean? Let me come into your world. I thank God for allowing me the courage to jump on a platform like this because, again, I go back to my first dip. I'm not really um, uh, pro electronics, if you will. Okay, pen and pad guy. So, um, yeah, I'm thankful for the courage to jump on here and even share with y'all and have y'all allow me to share with you back. So, start like that. Today, we're going to be rapping about the importance of dreaming. That's right, dreaming. Um, how many of us have dreams? And I always kind of include myself because I do. Um, I think about um, when I didn't dream. You know, those nights where you wake up and it's like you're not really inspired to do anything because dreaming is a big part of inspiration. So, um, natural and spiritually speaking, you know what I'm saying? Naturally, so what we are able to dream of, um, we can manifest it. You know, whatever whatever God allows us to amass in some way, shape, form, or fashion is an ambition of some sort that we have, whether it's an innate ambition, um, or if it's a learned ambition, if it's an ambition that's invoked, through corporate structuring sometimes, just a day-to-day rat race for real, for real. The point is um, that a lot of times our dreams are, in fact, interrupted. Like even sometimes your desire to dream. Yeah, that probably sounds crazy, but your desire to dream can be affected, man, like by myriad of things. But work is one of those things. What you talking about, my guy? How can work affect um, your ability to dream? So I was listening to some other person that was doing something similar, or maybe he was. I try, like I say, to stay real bland as far as the particulars of, but um, they like discussing, and for you guys who wonder why I happen to take this one just for the adults. If you notice, I didn't make this particular cast for kids. That's why if you look at the bottom now, we're able to communicate and whatnot. Behaviors and then the music thing, expression. Some things I'm going to, if it's the will of God, and He shows me how, I'm going to help you guys protect the integrity of your children, unless you're watching yourself. So back to what I was saying, jobs. Um, Oftentimes, we start working these gigs, man, and going to work every day. We get so caught up. I'm gonna use myself for example. Um, I'm originally from East St. Louis, Illinois. I was born in Belleville, Illinois. We lived in East St. Louis for a number of years before moving to Arkansas. Um, but I can remember as a kid dreaming um, of the possibilities of the environment around me, if you will. When we would go across the bridge to St. Louis to visit my aunt or whatever, I can remember like the looking at the wrestling arena, WWF back then, the wrestling arena um, there in St. Louis, or at least where they held the matches. That I knew that for a fact, and I would dream because I was a big fan as a kid of certain athletes, Coco Beware and Jimmy Fly Snooker and all those guys. I watched them, and to watch those guys parade around, I dreamed of doing it, and I could envision myself being in that arena as we went over the bridge and we were traveling there. So dreaming. Now I'm not a wrestler. Uh, as I became older and more involved in life and learned who I was, I was music. God blessed me to be lyrically inclined, and I'm eternally grateful for that gift. But shortly after wrestling and kung fu, of course, karate flicks, it was music. I was immediately. Um, I can remember Magic 108. Late night, my brothers, I had older brothers I grew up with, but we had a boom box. If y'all don't know what a boom box is, that joint, the big joint. My brother, that's actually here in Tallahassee, he had the biggest one. He was from, well, that's a later story. But the point is, I remember laying there at night, and my brothers, they would turn it down real low because my pop, he wasn't really big on really running electricity all night. It had nothing to do with the music. He didn't want you running that electricity all night. But um, listening to the music, and I was, you had back in the '80s, artists Phil Collins, Cyndi Lauper, shoot, Run DMC, and a whole host of others. But what they played on Magic 108, hip hop wasn't necessarily frowned upon, but y'all know how it go. You feel me? Depending on the station and the payola and all the networking and this, that, and the third is what you listen to. But I just remember listening to music and loving it through and through, no matter who it was, what it was. And I had an eclectic taste because they played a myriad of things until late night. And then you got a chance to hear, some of the more prolific hip hop artists, the Big Daddy Kanes, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, um, some of those guys, you know what I mean? Just to name a couple. So, in listening to them, I started dreaming. I started dreaming. Um, Alhamdulillah, the wildest thing about dreams is they have a tendency to come true. Um, and when they're coming to true, depending on how adamant we were about pursuing that dream, it kind of determines whether we can even recognize when the dream is coming true. And again, I'm gonna tell you about the job situation as I'm going into it, because as we get older, we start getting entangled in the rat race, and we forget that we had dreams of our own, and then we begin to say, okay, we'll get back to them. We're gonna use the job to try to help hold us together until we can get to the dream, but we're steady pushing our own aspirations back while and effectively helping somebody else live their best life. We're investing in somebody else every time we're going to do that. Um, so as I grew up and my pop got a little bit more particular, the world started changing. Crack hit the scene like shoot, it's an epidemic. Like my God, living in Illinois. Music changed, everything changed when Freebase back in the gap is what it was. But when it hit the scene, like it changed the narrative. So whoever was dreaming of maximizing the potential of cocaine and thought of Freebase, they were still like however you may look at it, that was still somebody's aspiration. They had to see it, before they actually accomplished it. But when that happened, it effectively changed the world. Um, and music did. Music changed right along with it, you know, right over into the '90s. You feel me? I was legit. Like I said, my '80s baby was born in '82, so uh, I have a crazy memory. So I remember stuff way, way back. But when music started changing, I remember we started transitioning to the South. We was leaving the Midwest and we got ready to start moving to the South. And I did for a long time, man. Um, I remember after we left East St. Louis, I did for a long time. It was like, and this was as a kid. I think I was 9, 8, 9 when we moved. But I did. It was like for a long time. I didn't dream. I would sleep, um, and then when I would dream, it would be about like church stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff my pop would preach about, um, things like that. And when I would have them, I really didn't like it. I'd wake up and I'd tell him about it. And I guess really the reason I like it because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what the dreams were. I didn't understand. I didn't understand what I was dreaming about. You dreaming about um, a myriad of things. Same way people tell you they dream about heaven. I dreamed about hell. I dreamed about purgatory. I was having these dreams as a child, and it was, and I didn't realize that those dreams were residual of the environment of being in that Pentecostal environment, going to church 4, 5, 6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Listening, to hellfire, and, you know, this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, it did. It was attaching itself to my psyche, and I guess I subconsciously decided not to dream as opposed to dream about what I was dreaming about. So that ultimately that ultimately kind of brought me over into um, different behaviors, getting involved in different activities, trying to create something that I wanted to dream. Now I'm explaining this now, y'all. I had no idea what was going on at the giving. When you're going through it, I didn't have a clue. And more importantly, I only knew faith and prayer through my father's interpretation, which is extremely dangerous, which was extremely dangerous because anytime you're trying to live your connection that God, especially the connection God has for you, he'll put people in front of you to lead you to the path. But the path is your own to follow. It's your own to take. It's not for mama, daddy. Everything is individual. It's about you. Like at the end of the day, we all have to give an account for our individual deeds, for what we do in this body. So we're all held accountable for our deeds. And based on your understanding, that book of deeds, Alhamdulillah, God is not just going to tell you what you did. He's going to tell you the condition of your heart while you were doing it. So be careful what you allow to infect your dreams, to infect them, to cause them to deviate. And a lot of people say, well, God has control of all that. You're absolutely correct. But he did give us free will. And the decisions that we make have a big determining factor in those very things, you know. And it does, it's social engineering, man, makes it like everything is everything is um, an innuendo and uh, smoke and mirrors is hid in between what my brother would say in the gaps. Everybody is falling in the gaps. So, man, I just I take account of how I came about being where I am right now and the path that God took me on. And my brother warned me of this. He said, take note and get ready to teach people. And he said, teach, but get ready to explain to people, in my words, explain to people what that journey looked like for you. And that's a scary thing sometimes because, again, y'all, Allah will manifest to me right here while I'm communicating with y'all, help me gain a whole nother understanding about something I thought I already understood. So he's ever evolving. And as you dream, you realize that you'll have a dream about one thing, and then that same thing will manifest itself even bigger than what you dreamed it initially. And it's like it's too big. It's too big for me to accomplish that. I challenge all y'all to look at it from this point. God has no limits. Why do we limit ourselves? The purpose in him allowing us to dream was to accomplish, um, or at least aspire to accomplish those things. Jobs and assignments. Anything that we do for God is an assignment. Has to be an assignment. Has to be something that has to be complete. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Jobs, they come and go. They come and go. In their own way, they tell you the difference between a job and a career. You know. So, yeah, Alhamdulillah. Mm. So, fast forward um, to losing my father. After losing him, the narrative, the narrative changed. The narrative changed forever. The narrative changed for me forever because now what I had watched, I had to make decisions about how it was going to affect me for the rest of my life. That's what brought me to y'all. Um, my father was an awesome dude, but didn't get a chance to live um, all of his dreams. He didn't get a chance to. And he was happy, don't get me wrong. He loved every moment um, that he had to be who God had for him to be. But it was amazing to watch him grow as a man, to begin to dream again and want to dream through me that vicariously, living vicariously, and watch him do that. Um, it is. It's a big part, y'all. Why I know it's possible to reach y'all just by being real and not trying to preach to y'all, but more or less just be real with y'all. You know, dreaming is infected by jobs because most of the time, jobs narrative is to make whatever you're doing for them a career for you, to make you a part of whatever it is they have going. And if you're always vested in um, if you're always vested in trying to deliver for somebody else, how much time are you actually taking to deliver for yourself? Um, Again, I go back. I don't know how many times we say, "Hey, I'm just gonna use this to help me get here," and then, you know, I'm gonna get back to it, and we never get back to it. And before you know it, you 60, um, and you pray that your son goes into the ministry just to give you an opportunity to preach by faith, not by discipline of religion. And he did. I love him, man, because he had the courage to do it right before my very eyes. We started having church at home. Like we, at brick and mortar, as far as one of those buildings, he did, he saw it, and it really took us to fall out. I could tell anybody, anything, anytime, anywhere, but it took me and him to really have a disagreement because it was a business. And once I understood that it was a business, it's like, well, Pop, you're not preaching from a business aspect. You're preaching from your soul, dude. Like I'm watching you pray people back to life. I watch people. I mean, I can't now. I'm on live. I've literally been in a church for sake of integrity. One of the deacons in the church had a medical emergency and literally was flatlined, turning white through faith and praying right there, and true faith in God, not none of that watered down stuff. I watched this man literally come back to life, and my father never wanted to take credit for it, and he did. He gave God the praise immediately, like, because he knew he didn't have power to do that, but he knew through God he had power to be able to do it, and he did. He set that example. So it's like, man, that was awesome. But after that, it's like it's still a business that they run. And the reason I know business is because every third Sunday, Pop, I'm watching you and the other dude exchange, with what's going on. Um, so yeah, you know, I thank God for the courage to be up here in front of y'all now and walking in the shoes that Allah prepared for me while allowing me to watch my father. Mm. Yeah, that part. That part. Mm. We was talking to, we was having a neat little discussion with um, our oldest in the house, um, Dion. We sitting up talking to him, and his dreams are immaculate. Just to sit there and listen to him talk about what he dreams about doing, it reminds me of the importance of it. And it really, kind of brought me to this discussion today because it is important for us to remind our children to dream and for us to be well vested in their dreams, to be well vested in their dreams, to be well vested in helping them ascertain their dreams, not by um, hook, crook, or steel, but teaching them the right way. By actually trying to show them and be an example in front of them. Y'all, they just as much a part of this as anything else. They got enough garbage out here to watch. They got enough garbage out here to listen to. They got enough garbage out here to contend with. How about giving them something else that they can jump on that's going to give them a different perspective about the same things they're hearing about. It's nothing's too big for God. Man. Nothing's too big for Allah. Like the way he vibed, the way he moved, like it's bound to happen. They want it anyway. That they want to know the truth. They scared of what's being told to them because it's for everybody else's benefit. They ain't got no word for you if you ain't got no money for the collection plate nowadays, and that's sad. You feel me? That's ridiculous. I was done when I saw ATMs in the back of them joints. I'm like, what? An ATM? Okay. Like, because the word ain't so free, so free after all. It does take money to live, y'all. We all know that. And every organization, every business has bills. Um, the old way was, free will, free love offerings, whatever people could do. It wasn't no pressure. If you couldn't do nothing, like we still gonna help. You know what I mean? But back then, you could go to those same institutions, and it wasn't like a business. We would go and pay people like bills. Just because they was, you know, uh, part of the congregation. There ain't no tax write off. And my pa was, like I said, the secretary for the whole demonstration. So he understood better than most how it worked inside and out, and it stopped him from being a good person and for doing things the right way. So for that, I'm gonna do my best to be the block now that I can't be the chip because the block gone. So just to be the block for if it's the will of Allah, many chips to fall from. So yeah, dreaming. Yeah. We got music tonight, y'all, believe it or not. I told y'all we was gonna be doing it. Um, Dreaming. This song I'm gonna do tonight was actually a dream I had over. God, keep my tongue on the straight path. Probably over 15 years ago. I don't know. Some of y'all probably remember MySpace music. Some of y'all probably um, even got access to the joint that was there back in the gap. But you don't pay for what you know in life. You pay for what you don't know. I didn't know some things back then, and it really caused me to lose faith, uh, in a dream. This same dip I'm finna do, and I don't blame, shouts out to the producer uh, of the Hustle Music dip, uh, the whole nine. Shouts out to him, you know what I mean? Wayne killed it. I ain't gonna hold you. He did his thing on it. Uh, and I respect the game. I respect it to the utmost. I respect all of the greats um, that's out there doing their thing for real, for real, for real. That or at least revere themselves as such. I always tell people, let the people decide. Um, y'all, I do. I love music. I've always dreamed of being an artist, and then God showed me that an artist is just the people need more than just an artist. They need somebody that can live the whole thing out loud. I ain't talking about what the media perpetuates. I ain't talking about what look good for the tabloids. I'm talking about just, the fruit of everything, and not have to water it down or try to put no sugar shake on it. Y'all, I'm fighting for my life right now based on um shoot, based on forgetting a dream, losing focus on dreams and wanting to watch somebody else dream, wanting to be a part of somebody else's living their dream. You know? But that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is where we are right now, is I am, y'all. God has allowed me to dream again. And I'm here if it's the will of Allah for the long haul. If He continues to show me how to just be the best I can for Him, and in turn, I pray that it allows me to be a gift to anybody that He allows me to come in contact with. So yeah, man, this is the joint right here. We're gonna go ahead. Mm, I've been waiting for a chance like this. I only got one shot, and this time I can't miss. Live like life depends on it. I gotta give it to him, make him want it. I've been waiting for a chance like this. I only got one shot, and this time I can't miss. I gotta live like life depends on it. I gotta give it to him, make him want it. I'm sicker than your average, seriously, I'm a savage shit. I've been rocking mics since gas prices, they was $1. It's been a lot of changes, rearranges and shit. Been a whole lot of lanes getting famous and shit. They getting paid dues they ain't paid for. Got too much rabbit in they blood, on and off the stage, bro. Mouth running like a car with no engine. The empty wagon makes the most noise. Boys, please pay attention. If you repent to be and change your ways, spread my word to the people in the streets like amazing grace. You might make it through them pearly gates. It ain't no need to look for pride, son. Why not, Joe? Cause I'll be waiting. Matter of fact, I might be the host. I salute all my soldiers as we take a toast. Raise your glasses. Uh, uh, yep. I've been waiting for a chance like this. I only got one shot, and this time I can't miss. Live like life depends on it. I gotta give it to him, make him want it. The second verse is sick, y'all. It don't get no better. I thought he wrecked the first one. No, wait, he got better. He came back seasoned. To tell the truth, y'all, he came back beastin'. Huh. I came back with an appetite. Came back taking bigger bites of life to see what good living feeling like. Oh my, how the time fly. When the weak sing the strong cry. I've been getting by, ma. Yeah, I'm cool, I'm straight. But it's been a rocky road, cause I've been dealing with fate. And it's giving me all I can take. That's why I give it right back to the game as many times as it takes. For the pillars in the heavens to shake. For me to be the best with this rap shit with every breath that I take. Please, how long it's gonna take for y'all to realize prodigal son is out here raising the stakes? I've been waiting for a chance like this. I only got one shot, and this time I can't miss. Live like life depends on it. I gotta give it to him, make him want it. Cause I've been waiting for a chance like this. I only got one shot, and this time I can't miss. Live like life depends on it. I gotta give it to him, make him want it. The final chapter of this song sadly ends like this. When I'm finished with this shit, I'm gonna be sadly missed. Till the next track starts to play, that's when y'all realize it's hope for the future. God got me to stay. Wordplay, that's my thing, fan lady. And I'ma this till the day they lay me in my grave. It ain't no ifs, fans, and buts about it. I got the fam with me in this bitch, they kick us out it. I highly doubt it. Got the crowd on fire, got the stage in the blaze. Got y'all wondering what's next, and I'm just turning the page. I do this here extensively, suspensefully. The flow is just like art to me, Van Gogh indeed. And soon enough you will see that your existence started fading with the start of me. So pardon me, ain't no stopping me or barring me. I'm arguably the hard to do this shit right here from A to Z. I've been waiting for a chance like this. I only got one shot, and this time I can't miss. Live like life depends on it. I gotta give it to him, make him want it. Cause I've been waiting for a chance like this. I only got one shot, and this time I won't miss. I live like life depends on it. I done gave it to you. Pray you want it. Alhamdulillah, y'all. I'm out.